You're listening to the Board Game Snobs podcast, a ridiculous podcast with ridiculous hosts that discuss ridiculous things. And any mention of board games is purely coincidental. And so, without further ado, and with a heavy dollop of shame and embarrassment on my part, I give you the Board Game Snobs.
And go.
And welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. What episode is this? 200 and something?
9.
No, we're at 250 something.
Hold.
We're way up there. This is the Board
I
Game
wish you would. I would have had that prepared.
Well, you suck. You should have been
243.
We're getting close to 250. What are we going to do at 250? This is Jerry.
Make another podcast.
This is
and do nothing.
This is Jerry.
This is Enrique.
This is Gabi.
And go. This is a podcast about board gaming and other things. And here recently, I have been inundated with people wondering where I'm at. And it's because my internet is down. My internet went down. So I couldn't get on the Discord and spread Discord.
Why is it called Discord?
Because it's just people getting on saying stuff.
I know, but like Discord is a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. The spreading of Discord is never considered a good thing.
Really?
Why would you want Discord in your company?
No.
Oh, okay, I think I just explained it.
So wait a minute. No, explain your reasoning.
Discord is a negative thing. It means things are not in harmony, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want Discord?
Because people aren't always in harmony.
To Oxford's we go.
Well, yes. So this is. Yeah, continue. I want to hear your more thoughts. Like you don't like Discord.
Well, it'd be like naming your podcast dysfunction. Or not podcast, your social network is dysfunction.
Okay. So, hypocrisy is thy name, for you did do just that. Discord means disagreement. May I remind you, the name of your podcast is The Disagreeable Nerd. You literally named it Discord.
That podcast exists no more, one.
Because you killed
two,
it.
is because
you were that boring.
We did disagree.
Yeah, and you should disagree. Disagreement is good. Hence, the whole premise of your previous podcast. And quite frankly, the premises of this one.
So you go on Discord just to fight everybody?
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm taking my shirt off as we speak. I took my hoodie off.
We have yet to fight on our Discord server for Board Game Snobs. Link found in the show notes.
I will fight with somebody. Say something controversial. Or not even controversial. How much jam do you use on your toast?
Oh, jelly only.
Then you're an idiot. That's what I say. I'm jam only. Is jam the
You get your jam on?
The jam is the fruit.
Jam on.
Jelly is the juices.
Jam has the stuff in it. Jelly is smooth.
I don't want that. I want crunch.
Then there's preserves. So don't get me started on which one's which because I don't know.
That's stuff that yeah. But no.
I'm not that in depth into the subject
of cannery.
Peanut butter sandwich accoutrement.
I could not get on the Discord because my internet's been down because I had to report Elon to the FCC.
Huh?
I have Starlink.
You have Starlink?
Mm-hmm. Because I live out in the sticks.
Links of a star.
So the satellite wasn't working, and apparently when we got a little bit of ice, it fried. Turned on the heater, and it cooked it. And so Elon wouldn't send me a cord. I was without cord, and so I
Discord.
Really, I made the joke already.
You said a cord.
I was referencing back. You don't have to make every joke on the nose. The subtlety of
Discord.
That's what I was saying. Oh my God.
Hey, calm down.
Subtlety.
Just because you're sitting in my seat doesn't have to mean you get angry all the time.
Well, technically, you're in your seat right now.
No, he's over in the spot I'm usually in.
I'm mad at Elon.
Well,
You're always mad at someone.
He is. He's always enraged at something.
My internet wasn't working,
His whole life is Discord.
so I reported
Which
into
can
the
be
FCC.
somewhat comical at the same time.
It can be amusing.
Hello.
As long as you're not on the receiving end of it.
No, even on the receiving end, it's still hysterical.
That's true. If you don't take him seriously.
I know, right?
Which, I mean, who does? Look at him. This is the Gabi and Enrique show as we talk about
Well,
Jerry.
I'll tell you what. Elon took me seriously because after I reported him to FCC, 24 hours later,
Why don't you tell the whole story?
Starlink called. I'm trying. If you quit interrupting me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually been meaning to work on that. Go ahead. Calm down.
Okay, well, now that I'm at the end of the story where Elon just sent me a free cord.
But why were you knocked to the top of the list?
He didn't know who I was. I sent him the link to the show and say,
Who are you? Where do you live?
with the Board Game Snobs. Good job.
With the Board Game Snobs
You didn't
podcast.
even last 5 seconds about the interrupting
sorry.
part.
Oh,
You just
that's
keep saying stupid things over and over and over. What I just said in a funnier voice. That's not comedy.
I just forgot.
Oh,
Hey, calm down.
I'm massaging my
Your anger muscle?
Yes, I'm trying to vagal down.
Get some relief.
I'm vagling down.
Okay. Have you ever heard of
Yes,
the Erfurt latrine disaster?
yes, I have. I've been to Erfurt.
I haven't heard about it.
More like ear fart. Latrine disaster.
Listen, before you go any
This
further,
is going to be bottom
stop.
run.
Before you go any further, do you know that in German fart means exit? That's like a term that they use to exit vehicles off the highway.
I know. That's why the Volkswagen was the fart Vergnügen.
No, it was
Because you
not.
got to get out of it.
No, it wasn't.
Herbie.
No.
You got to get out.
No.
Lindsay Lohan exited. She fart Vergnügen Herbie. The love bug.
Keep going. Just go.
Question: why was he called the love
Because
bug?
he brought people together. He brought Don Knotts and the guy off the Flubber, the show before Flubber. It was the absent-minded professor. Him together.
Oh yeah.
And then he brought together a bunch of other people. The dude off of the weird dude. I'm thinking of the fourth Herbie.
Tim Conway.
Tim Conway. Was
Was
Tim
he in
Conway in it?
I don't know.
No. Let's see.
It's been so long
It
since I've
was
watched
Don
Herbie.
Knotts and that dude. And
Who
then
was the Flubber dude? He was all over Disney movies back in the
he
day.
was. He's raking
And he
that
was
money.
also the Shaggy DA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. That was so good. That was those shows where they did those everybody's an animal thing. I didn't
Herbie.
like that.
Okay, so
I didn't like that at all.
besides that, Erfurt latrine disaster
But I am Team Jacob.
occurred in July 1184. So we're talking about a long time ago. King Henry VI, the King of Germany, the sixth Henry at the time ever in the history of time, held a Hoftag. That's an informal assembly for the non-Germans.
Also a Klingon bar mitzvah.
In the Petersburg Citadel in Erfurt.
I cracked myself up.
Or you could say the Peters Turd Citadel in Erfurt.
Please,
Look, it's just going to be it's going to be all subpar humor.
Continue.
So what happened was, on the morning of July 26th, the combined weight of the assembled nobles caused the wooden second-story floor of the building to collapse, and most of them fell through into the latrine cesspit below the ground floor, where about 60 of them drowned in liquid excrement. Apparently they didn't have solid stools back then. If they had solid stools, they probably wouldn't have fell through the floor. Am I right? Anybody?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect
Okay, so this
the
event
story
is called
to
the
take a
Erfurter
weird turn like this.
Latrinensturz in several German sources. So, here's the thing.
Drowned in German sources. I like that I got the best joke.
So can you
here.
think of anything worse than death by excrementation?
Yeah, there's many other torture devices for which one could die.
You might say they fell into the bowels of the cathedral. Am I right? They should have made a movie called Dunkirk. That's a good one. Your smile.
Dunkirk?
Your Dunkirk. Your smile got wider on that.
No,
one.
I did not.
Good thing
Oh,
about
wait. It's Petersburg Cathedral.
Braveheart.
They should have sent for help
Stop.
using a pigeon. A stool pigeon. Am I right? Okay. I heard it was categorically one of the greatest disasters of all time.
Why must you curse us with this sad,
I just want to
weird
bring out
jokes?
that this disaster happened and everybody died in poo. Why are you laughing at this disaster, Enrique?
Because
Do you not appreciate what these people went through?
I guess they, I don't know. I don't know how to even respond to this.
You know, several of them, once they got down there, had to be corn fused. A staple at the time.
Okay. Made this very
I wrecked
awkward.
them. Many of them died quickly.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Welcome. Please stop. This is the lowest you've ever gone.
I Shizur hope they made it out okay.
I didn't. That one went over
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah,
It's
like,
German.
Oh, is it?
Don't
Oh,
look it
okay.
up.
I was
Don't
like-
look it up. So we're not that type of podcast.
That's the best you got.
You might think it was the hors d'oeuvre of the day. That's another big word.
Hors d'oeuvre?
I think it means poop.
I don't think it does. Those are those little sandwiches they serve before parties. Aren't they hors d'oeuvres?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You made this pod.
This is
like,
why did you do this? This is the one time we get together. Is this because we
Hors
played?
d'oeuvre, O-R-D-U-R-E, is excrement or dung.
This is because we played games you didn't like today. And
Pretty much.
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of hors d'oeuvre, let's discuss Guild of Merchant Explorers.
that was okay one at
It's
least.
okay.
It's not great. It's not bad. It's okay.
I love playing okay games.
It was made by AEG, and you claimed it to be a roll and write in disguise.
And not just me, like that's everywhere.
What's everywhere? But people say it's
People
a roll
are
and write
saying that. They're like, it's rolling right on a board.
with cubes. So it's not really a roll and write because you don't really roll anything.
Well,
you don't write
it would be
anything.
a flip and write.
But you don't write anything.
It's the same principle as roll and writes. You flip a
Except
card
without writing
and you would mark
instruments.
that on your piece of paper. But in this case, you flip a card and instead of marking it, you place a cube.
Okay. So it's a roll and write with no writing nor cubes. I'm just stating that because I know there are enthusiasts out there that enjoy number 2 pencils and they enjoy writing things. And if they think that this is a roll and write and no one is writing anything, they're going to be quite
No, I got
upset.
you. I'm glad you made that clear.
I'm just making sure that
I don't want to
everybody knows.
lead anyone astray.
It's a rondelle because there's circles in it, and
That's my boy.
this game
This is not a rondelle.
is very
Jerry's lying.
very light. Who knows?
This is one of the worst descriptions of a game you've ever done.
I'm not doing the description. You're the one.
We're not discussing anything. I just brought up the game.
This is
saying,
your game. This is
You're
your game.
usually the description guy. Are
You
you
want
going
me
to describe it?
Oh, so you're going to interrupt me so I can describe it?
I will not interrupt you. I will let you describe.
The Guild.
Even though everybody hates descriptions of games.
People love these are riveting. Riveted by descriptions because how else will they know what the game's about?
I'm not going to interrupt you.
In the game, the Guild of Merchant Explorers by AEG and designers for which I cannot pronounce names of.
Matthew Dunstan.
And you've already
and
interrupted
Brett
me.
I'm
You already
helping
interrupted
you.
me.
I'm
No,
helping you.
no, you already interrupted
Matthew
me.
Dunstan
I don't
and Brett
care. Nobody
Gilberts.
cares. Nobody cares. Delbert Gibson.
People do care. I bet Matthew Dunstan cares that he knows who made Guild of Merchant Explorers.
And now you're about to hate on his game.
Okay, but after that, I'm not going to interrupt you anymore.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
How many times are you going to say that name?
How many times are you going to interrupt me?
I'm sorry. I forgot. I forgot I was trying. Okay, and now.
The Guild
Oh
of
my God. Stop saying the name. Okay, and go.
The Guild of Merchant Explorers is a game for which one utilizes very pretty artwork on a map. And there's little cars that flip out. And on this map are little hexagons of various different types of terrain and sea. And you're just placing cubes out onto the terrain according to whatever card is flipped up to make routes. And you're making routes to different little areas. And once you fill in those areas, you can make villages. And sometimes you build a route to another little trade area and you multiply the score and you get money, which is victory points. And sometimes you find little treasure things and they'll give you a card that lets you do something in the end game or something special. And it's very, very light. And you use cubes. And because Gabi has fat fingers, he can't pick up the cubes. And so it's hard. It's hard. I will say these cubes are little and they're irritating. And it's very light, and it's about being a merchant and exploring with your guild, and it's not good. It's okay. It's very, very okay. It's very mediocre.
It's an intermediate game.
No, it's not.
No, I'm sorry, beginner game.
It's very
Sorry.
beginner.
They need to supply tweezers so that you can move the cubes around.
Yeah, how are the fat phalangeid supposed to pick up these little bitty cubes?
My people are discriminated against. You know, they talk about games for the colorblind. There's games for the fat-fingered. We also need to consider.
Yes, those that are dexterity. Is your wife vacuuming?
Of course.
Of course. Of course. Everybody in your family interrupts me. Everyone. You have a cat. It meows.
Don't talk about Rio.
Your wife vacuums. There's no end to the irritation.
She's got to keep
breathing.
the house clean, man.
And she does a fine job.
This game is very interesting because I desperately wanted to like it. It has a solo version, which I didn't particularly find fascinating.
It's you know what? It's better.
It's okay.
Because I don't have to wait on you to decide where you're going to put your cubes.
You really don't wait at all in this game. Everybody does it simultaneously.
Some people take a while.
Much like a rolling, right? But without the writing nor the rolling. And then you have to remove the cubes from your little space when you start over each round. There's 4 rounds. This game is unfortunately going to be forgotten because it's just not. I love the artwork on it.
It's a flipping cube.
But here's the thing. Because I'm so...
Carding cube.
I am so, I like to make sure that each game has its audience. And there is an audience for this. It's people...
Here we go.
...that enjoy, like cartographers.
Oh.
What are you thinking?
I really thought you were going to talk about with weak bloodlines.
No.
That's your usual route you go.
I have changed.
No, really.
I have changed.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sitting here now.
I can't wait for you to stop hollering at me about interrupting you someday.
Well, if you would stop interrupting me someday, that day would come very quickly.
Cards and you're pushing cubes around. You're cubing. Like, that should be what they call that. Like, when you're putting a bunch of cubes out, you're cubing.
That is racist.
We're going to go... Oh, that is a country,
You're very
is it not?
racist. Did you not know that was...
I did not know. I did not think about that.
You're Chilean.
I'm not going to lie. I really thought you noticed.
I was not thinking about the country. But...
I'm glad I could Fidel you in.
Well, there goes all our Cuban listeners.
What? Did you just say Cuban what?
Cuban listeners.
Oh, listeners. Do we have any Cuban listeners?
El Cubano.
They don't. Do they have...
My favorite sandwich is a Cuban sandwich, by the way, which I discovered in Miami.
It's the Cubano.
Huh?
The Cabano.
That's the little hut you sit in.
No,
in
that's the
summertime.
sandwich. You're making a fool of yourself.
Cabano.
It's made with Cuban bread.
What are you talking about
The
right
Cabano.
now?
Your sandwich.
The Cuban sandwich.
It's... What is a Cuban sandwich? Explain it to me.
It's a sandwich with a variety of meats, a cheese, and some mustard mix.
It's a Cabano. It's not a Cuban sandwich. Quit embarrassing yourself.
Stop. Why are you so angry
Because
all the
you're
time?
wrong all the time and you interrupt
I
me
am
to
not.
say wrong things.
I did not interrupt you.
You did. You just did. All you
Did
do
I?
is interrupt. Yes.
My apologies.
You don't even know about Cuba.
My apologies. I forgot about Cuba
Which
there
makes
for a
me
second.
mad. Because JFK was played by Kevin Costner. So you should know about Cuba because that was practically a documentary.
I know. His Boston accent was so authentic.
13 days.
13 days. They're going to launch the missiles. That's how he sounded. I'm actually doing a better job than Kevin Costner did.
You took me
That
back.
was the
back.
literally when he started speaking in his little JFK act, I was like, oh my God, Kevin. I'm glad he did not attempt the English one for Robin Hood. It was much better without it.
Don't ask what you can do.
Don't ask what you could do with your country. Ask not what you could. Don't ask. Don't ask.
That's a really... See, that speech would have been hard.
What can you do for your country? Don't ask.
What can you do?
What can you do
for a Klondike bar? It's sad that we both had that coming. That's okay. Let's see. Cubans, JFK, Kevin Costner.
We're actually talking about Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Quit saying the title.
Oh, sorry.
See what I did there? That's called a callback. It's okay. It's not very good, but like I said, it is for some people.
Okay, can I mention something? May I interrupt you to mention something?
Please do.
When we finished playing this, I was surprised because you were like saying, I thought it was okay.
It was okay, and here's why I thought it was okay. And I'm about to explain.
And I thought you'd be more angry about it.
I was
like me.
I was disappointed. But my fingers are very thin and agile.
Quick and nimble.
I'm like a fiddler. So this game does what it's supposed to do, which is just a very quick, simple, build a route, get some stuff, everybody score your little points, and it's the artwork's very nice, and it is quite fiddly, but it's one of these games that it's for people who like tiny towns, like we spoke of, which is a very entry level game, like cartographers, even. Was it My City, the Reiner Knizia game, which I really like? That's Tetris game. I enjoyed that much better, but it's a legacy game. But I'm just saying is that this game does have an audience, and it will catch your attention. It's just not the heavy Euro game that when you hear the name of this and you think, this is probably going to be a much deeper. It's not, and there's not just a whole lot of strategy, and it is very roll and righty, and it. If I had thought I was going to play a deep Euro game and I picked this up, I would be very disappointed. When we sat down and you quickly explained it, my mind switched off to, this is going to be a quick little move some cubes around and just score, and this is fine. Like, it was fine. But it was not something that I would ever play again. It's not something that I hated either. It does what it's supposed to do. And it sets out to be just a very light, roll and write type game. And so my expectations were correct, is what I'm trying to say. And you wanted more, and you didn't get it.
I thought it would be more fun, and I just didn't enjoy it.
You wanted
and
fun.
I also despise the money, which when I played with Jerry, I said we should do the tally marks thing. Natalie from Gamecasters recommend that.
Who?
It's much easier. Natalie from Gamecasters.
I know Natalie.
And it's much easier. Enrique, what did you think?
I hate Jeff.
It was okay. It's just
My name is...
Clear your throat out right into the microphone.
Yeah, please
There you
do
go.
that. Please
Got
do
you.
that.
yeah. Sorry,
It's okay.
At least you don't interrupt me.
more or less.
He doesn't say anything though, unless you address him specifically.
Look very
What?
You look very Cuban.
Cute.
You do.
Oh, what? Because of the
Like a
mustache?
sandwich.
Not
Are
just
you saying he looks like a sandwich?
You do. You look very
Those earphones do kind of like two pieces of bread on your side of your head.
very flat.
I'm not even that tan.
Yeah, but
No,
you
you're
know
not.
what? You usually have very scraggly facial hair, and I notice here because your facial hair, once you get to a point, it looks very weird. But you've been trimming it up, and you've been like keeping this kind of like
Yeah, I've been trying to.
yeah.
You look cleaner.
You look
better.
clean. Like I'm kind of worried about you a little bit. Like you're taking care of yourself for a reason.
Are you okay?
You know?
Yeah, like I'm
Like
fine.
Is there a Mrs. Enrique?
No,
Okay.
Miss Rike?
Enrique? Francisca?
What kind of deodorant do you use?
Use more.
uh,
That's my favorite joke. Use more.
why can't I think about?
Is it Old Spice?
Yes.
Really?
I knew
Yeah.
I smelled some Old Spice.
Really?
Yeah,
I like
it's
that
Old
classic
Spice.
smell. Do you use aftershave?
No.
I'm very sporadic with it.
Okay, so
Sporadically beard. Right. Okay.
sorry. That was me holding back a laugh.
A chuckle.
I use the electric shave stuff because I use the electric shaver.
That's so rough on my skin.
Well, I have rough skin because I'm from the South.
I can't use an electric razor for my.
Did we
like,
address
for
you?
this.
You'll speak when spoken to.
What?
That was a callback to me saying he never just jumps in. See, I do callbacks too.
Your callbacks are violent.
It was rather rude.
That was very rude.
But no, like I can't.
Hey, shut up.
Let's beat this.
Just kidding. I love you, Enrique. Continue.
But I can't use them. They jam up like on my
I prefer jelly.
on my hair, so I have to actually use
That's
a
what
razor
you
to
call a
get out.
callback. That's a callback right there.
Don't be jelly of that
No,
callback.
I'm not. That's
good stuff. What we're doing right here is good stuff.
It's good stuff. With the, I really thought the thing with the farts was going to be the excrements was not going to be that exciting, but it was.
It just got really awkward.
The cathedral. That's good stuff right there. Okay.
Defecation. No breathing.
And that's why 60 people died.
We missed the joke.
We said it during it, I think.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Can you edit that in? Oh, thank you, Papa Roach. Oh, but no, I think if you don't have your expectations in line.
Hard merge back at the guild. Okay, well, here's the thing. Go. Sorry, my bad. I'm really bad. Okay, go.
Well, just try listening.
Oh, God.
So you remember when people give you a 1-star review on Apple iTunes and all that, and you freak out about it? A lot of times when we get reviews of our show and people don't like it, it's because they think board game snobs. And they think this is going to be a podcast about board games and people being very snobbish, which it is, but it's always there as kind of a, to segue into what we really want to talk about, which is whatever pops into our head.
Pretty much.
And they get disappointed. And that's fine, because that's why I chose the name Board Game Snob. Because I didn't choose it. My wife chose it, and I thought this would be a funny joke on people to be like, ha ha ha. You thought that you were going to listen to something about board games.
Yeah, but it said it's two idiots just talking about everything they want to.
And I think you shouldn't be so hard on yourself, Enrique. But it's a good show. But if you know what to expect.
Oh, now we're talking about ourselves.
Yeah, if you know what to expect. But
as long as we can always merge conversation and talking about ourselves, I'm good. The Guild of Board Game Snobs. What does guild mean? Is that like a clan?
That's when you don't get them castrated all the way.
Geld. That's Geld. It's not guild. Did you think all these explorers were castrated?
I thought this was a group of testicleless eunuchs trying to explore. I'm sorry, that made so much sense.
The gelding of merchant explorers.
A bunch of sopranos out there on the scene. Castrados. I'm sorry. That's what it's called.
That's a good one.
It's not the Sopranos, by the way. It's the Castrados, the prequel. And everybody's really high-pitched.
Is that how Fidel sings?
Oh.
Castrado? Fidel Castrado.
Castro. Oh! Oh, we missed that joke so much.
You did. I made it just now. The Guild of Merchant Explorers, if you like roll and write, you'll like it. And actually, everyone I've talked to has thoroughly enjoyed this game.
It's
just not up my alley at all.
Under different circumcisions, it would probably be something that you would enjoy. But other than that, it's not. It's just it's too light. And how would you describe it, Enrique?
Simple.
Thank you. As was your explanation.
That's all it is. It's very simple.
Very simple.
But you liked it.
Yeah, it was an okay game.
You won.
I won the game, but it was an okay game.
You were the best gilded merchant
ever.
Is
that mine?
I don't know. The name makes me think that it's going to be a deeper game because, like the Guilds of London, that was a pretty heavy game. I don't even know if there's a couple other games out there that has Guild in the title, and they're just heavier games. So the Guild of Merchant Explorers, I was thinking more of like a...
it would be merchant stuff.
Well, I was thinking more of like the Age of Empires game. Like for some reason, I had that in my mind, even though I watched the video and realized, you're just putting cubes out there. But the name alone makes you think it's going to be heavier.
Hold up. You watched a video on this and then bought it.
Yeah, the video, actually, and I watched the video just with Mike and Crystal when we were playing it, and I was like, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, the video makes me think, you get money this way, you get money this way. The video made me think, I'm going to enjoy this. The actual gameplay of me fiddling with the cubes and returning, there's no more ones, so let me turn these 5 ones into a 5. Okay, we need more 5s, let's turn these 2 5s into a 10. That's why the money was super irritating. The money and the fiddliness ruined this game for me.
So that's it. So let's remove the fiddliness. Take the cubes, have a pen. race or whatever.
It still doesn't matter because then it would be a flip and right.
Doesn't matter.
I don't like that genre because I don't like, what don't I like?
Here comes the Discord. I want to know what you don't like about this game besides the fiddliness. Because you watched something else and thought, I'm going to like this. What made you think you were going to like it?
I thought I would enjoy the different ways of making money and earning money throughout the game.
Okay, and you didn't.
It was not as satisfying as I thought it would be.
You're just building around.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're just poor at judging what the game's going to be.
It was, it was too small. Maybe it goes back to your conversation several podcasts ago about expectations. I was expecting something different. This was not it. I don't like it.
Well, I don't know what to think about that. So on Board Game Geek, what is this game called again? The Gelding of Merchants?
What do you mean you don't know what you think about that?
The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Thank you, Enrique, for saying the title once again. It's rated a 7.8. And in terms of weight, it's rated a 2.
Very light.
So very light. So did you not look at the weight of it and go, oh, this is going to be light?
I hardly ever look at BGG.
So you don't pay attention to it at all?
I just look at YouTube stuff every now and then.
So you don't consider...
I'm more of an impulse buyer, actually.
Okay, so you didn't put any effort into learning exactly what the game's about?
Other than the video, no.
Okay.
Same thing with the next game we'll discuss, San Francisco.
Right, and which we're going to... now that one I might go a little bit harder into, because I think I was a little more... expecting more from this one.
Well, I will say, I hate to blame the hype. I don't know. It kind of... I just heard so much fantastic. This game gets lots of love. I'm like, I just didn't get why. Like, there's lots of games of this ilk. Okay, if you like this game, then you literally should love this whole line of super light games. Like Tiny Towns. Tiny Towns doesn't get this kind of love.
I know. Nobody likes Tiny Towns.
But it's right there in the same wheelhouse.
People are more into cities than towns.
And exploring.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. Please come back next time and enjoy this brief interlude of music. And
what?
Because you always play
interlude of music.
Yeah, you play music at the end of our podcast, don't you?
Well, it's the concluding sound where Ben Maddox signs us out.
Oh, well, I mean, you could like play.
I don't know what you're doing right now.
It's nice music.
You don't even listen to your own show either.
I hear the music. It's nice. It's calm.
So we're done. So we need to do the whole. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to this episode.
I'm doing that. Thank you.
Rate and review us on Apple.
Don't.
Spotify.
Please don't.
Tell a friend.
No. Tell no one.
Join our guild.
We have a guild?
Yes, bring our guild.
We have a guild on Board Game Geek that's nobody looks at. Nobody touches.
It's really hard.
Oh, and don't forget to join our Discord.
Oh my God,
Discord now.
Dysfunction.
Enrique
disharmony.
loves the Discord.
See, that's the thing. This is the whole thing with Discord. It's for the young generation.
I like it. I enjoy it. I'm hip. Hello, young people.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids. What's going on?
I'm hip. I'm cool.
Like, I don't know if you use Discord.
I'm looking for my friend Molly.
I'm on TikTok.
Chicken and talking. Snapping and chat.
This is Jerry.
This is Gabi.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.